Chapter 8 Unity in Diversity or Many in the One. Exploring Society India and Beyond for Class 6th NCERT. Children, today we will study one of the most beautiful ideas about India, the idea of unity in diversity. When you travel through India, whether by train or by road, you will notice that the scenery keeps changing. Rivers, mountains, fields, deserts, forests and seas. Along with these landscapes, the people too seem to change. In one region, people wear colorful turbans and saris. In another, they wear lungis or salwar kameez. In one place, rice is the staple food, while in another, it may be wheat, millets or maize. As you travel further, you hear new languages being spoken and see new scripts on shop boards. Even within your own city or village, you may find people from different parts of India following their own customs and traditions. This variety is what we call diversity, and India has it in abundance. With over 1 billion people, it is natural that India has so many communities, cultures, and lifestyles. But what makes India truly unique is that beneath this immense diversity, there is a deep sense of unity. Let us begin with something as simple as food. The number of dishes in India is countless. Idli and dosa in the south, litti chokha in Bihar, chole bhature in Punjab, dal bati in Rajasthan, fish curry in Bengal, and the list goes on. Yet, the basic grains and pulses, rice, wheat, barley, bajra, jawar, and ragi, and dals like arhar, moong, masoor, and chana are common to the whole country. Similarly, spices like turmeric, cumin, ginger, and cardamom are used everywhere, though in different combinations. For example, the same potato can become aloo paratha in the north, aloo posto in Bengal, and potato curry with coconut in Kerala. So while the taste and preparation differ, the basic ingredients unite us. This is the essence of unity in diversity. One base, many expressions. Now let us talk about clothing. India has hundreds of ways of dressing, but there are also common threads that bind us. The sari is one of the best examples. It is a simple, unstitched piece of cloth, but in different parts of India, it is woven, designed, and worn in many different ways. A Banarasi silk sari from Uttar Pradesh is different from a Kanjivaram from Tamil Nadu or a Pethani from Maharashtra. Yet, all of them are saris. Women drape them differently. Some wrap it around the waist and over the shoulder, others pleat it in the front, while still others use it in styles unique to their community. A single dress shows unity, but in its countless variations, we see diversity. Similarly, men's clothing like the dhoti or lungi also has different styles of wearing across states. In ancient times, travelers from abroad admired Indian textiles so much that they carried them back to Europe, where they became so popular that European countries even tried to ban them to protect their own industries. This shows that Indian textiles were not only a marker of diversity but also of excellence. Festivals are another wonderful example. Across India, we celebrate harvest festivals in January, but they are called by different names. Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Makar Sankranti in North India, Uttarayan in Gujarat, Magh Bihu in Assam, and Lohri in Punjab. Each has its own rituals, songs, and foods, yet they all mark the same turning point in the seasons. Similarly, during October and November, lights and celebrations are seen across the country. Whether it is Diwali, Kali Puja, or other regional forms, all celebrate the victory of light over darkness. The same spirit finds expression in many forms. Indian literature and stories also reflect this theme. The Panchtantra, a collection of animal fables, was written in Sanskrit over 2000 years ago. But its stories spread into almost every Indian language, and from there to countries across Asia, the Arab world, and even Europe. The same stories take new forms wherever they travel, yet the wisdom they carry remains the same. Even greater are our two epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata. These are very long poems in Sanskrit telling of Rama defeating Ravana and the Pandavas regaining their kingdom with Krishna's help. But these epics did not remain in Sanskrit alone. They were retold in Tamil, Telugu, Bengali, Hindi, and almost every Indian language. Tribal communities have their own oral versions, where they connect the heroes to their own regions. For example, in the Nilagiri hills of Tamil Nadu, Irula tribals worship the Pandavas at a shrine believing that they passed through their land. In Kashmir, in the northeast, and among the Bhils and Gonds, there are folk Ramayanas and Mahabharatas. This shows how one story can become many and yet unite the whole subcontinent. Children, this is the secret of Indian culture. Diversity is not something that divides us, it is something that enriches us. Our food, clothes, festivals, and stories are different in form, but they are tied by a common thread of shared values. The idea of dharma, the respect for family, the celebration of nature, and the belief in truth and justice run through all our traditions. This is why Rabindranath Tagore prayed, "Let me never lose the bliss of the touch of the one in the play of the many." And Sri Aurobindo explained that the essence of India is the principle of the many in the one. So, children, when we say India has unity in diversity, we mean that though we look different, speak different languages, eat different food, and celebrate different festivals, deep inside we are united as one people. Our constitution too recognizes this unity by protecting all languages, all religions, and all cultures under one nation. This unity in diversity is India's strength, making it not just a country but a civilization that has lasted thousands of years.